Hey guys, what's happening? Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a little new series here where I'm going to do what I would call a quick take and run some gates. So this is my WT micro build, and underneath that beautiful WT micro body, which I don't know, tarnished or made better, is a Mazz Designs Cheatcode V3. Underneath that, I've got LGRP Axles, brass in the front, the billet in the rear, and I'm running slightly shorter shocks down here than you might imagine. I'm running the Proline Shorties. This is a new section of the course as well. You may notice that those rocks look abnormally slick. What I did there is I was trying something new where I took a little bit of resin and I brushed it on top with a paintbrush, like a small paintbrush. It's a very, very thin layer, and what I was trying to achieve there was to make it like a slick rock kind of thing. I normally wouldn't bury rocks in that way either, but you know, I was trying something new and different. I don't think this course has reached its final form really in any means, so I was like thinking, you know what, I'm gonna try something here, and what happens happens. Also, that little mound right there is new too. I kind of got sick and tired of falling over, so I just decided that I was going to add a little section there. I'm always adding to these courses too. I'm always trying to improve them, or if I see something which could be slightly better, I'll work through that. What I did with this body was I painted it. I think it was like a light gray color, which does look kind of blue, but to me it was like. There wasn't enough of sort of fishing for here. It didn't look different enough, so I ended up taking a little bit of brown spray paint and kind of hitting the sides and the top of it. Really, the idea behind that was I wanted to make it look like it's been out in the woods and jamming through some mud puddles. I do have a completely useless cooler in the back, as well as a equally useless parking cone next to a much useless but really cool, in my opinion, "Work Sucks" branded Injora flag. Gotta have fun here, man. It's the name of the game. And I know I lied to you guys the other day when I was saying I don't normally run hard body builds because I'm all about the performance and I'm kind of chasing that, but I was on Instagram the other day and I saw a bunch of WT builds and I'm thinking, man, those are just so cool looking, so I had to go back to it, man. I did. It's just one of those things I couldn't get away from. But what's cool about driving a hard body when you're driving like the Gladius and all of these other like very comparable, very comp worthy, or really just quite frankly good chassis, is that you kind of forget, hit a gate, you kind of forget how much of a challenge it is to drive a hard body build, just because the center of gravity is different. And the truck you're always kind of fighting it in a way where it wants to tip over, and it's really not through your own doing or your own devices, if that makes sense. Just kind of like how it is. But it is a unique challenge, and it definitely does make you a better driver for sure. Like, see right there, just a second ago you could see the truck wanted to flip over and kill itself, and trying to course correct for that. It's not that it's harder to drive a hard body, I would say, it's just different. But different in a good way. I guess you could argue it's harder, but it depends on what your definition of that is. It's not impossible, that's for sure. I would say you definitely have to calibrate the truck differently, put weight in the rear too, which is kind of one of those things where most people don't do that. But if you didn't, and you really weren't binding your shocks or anything like that, the truck just does have a tendency to fall over, especially when you're going down declines. So I've added the little Mofo RC brass patty. They're not extensions per se because they don't extend the width of the wheel, but they add a little bit of weight to the rear. You can see like right there on the camera, the little brass hex right there. So I added those in all four corners, and in the front I'm running the brass ring. Now it's not a ton of weight, but it's about, I want to say 8 grams or so for the pair in the back. So you add the 8 grams for that, and then the, I don't know, 10, 11 grams for the diff cover, and you got a little bit more in the rear. So I think that definitely helps. You can probably see right there I'm running the Proline shocks. I don't have them limited with a rubber band or any of that stuff. I'm kind of just running it, man. I just wanted to see what happens, and I'm just trying to be less reliant on those things too, because they snap on me, they break on me. It's just more things I have to like manage and you know, all that. I didn't really care that much to do that, so I'm just running it as it is, you know. This is a tough line here for this truck just because of the top heaviness of that hard body. I don't know if you remember the other day, but the Gladius and the buggy builds and stuff, they walk right up that, no problem. And I would argue too, I probably have one of the best wheel sets on this this build that's out there too, with the J Concepts. There we go. Oh, there we go. Look at that. A little more driving, less talking. I also have a confession too. The other day I was looking at I was looking to do another line in this course, which basically I would tack and pin on the wall and see if I could like drive around this bend here, kind of pitting it up here by these rocks. So I probably will start that in the future, maybe after next week, just to kind of, I don't know, add more to the course and see how much destruction I can do to the walls inside my garage. So the agreement that I came to with my wife was that she basically gets the whole house to do whatever she wants with, and then I get the I don't know, 8x7 room in the garage to do whatever I want with. So it's a pretty good trade, if you ask me. No questions asked, and then I can just come in here and make a mess. I'm pretty excited though, because my kids lately have taken more of an interest in this, and they've also demanded their own trucks now. So I'm in the process of building some kind of low maintenance brushed rigs for both of them. So I'll probably throw those on the channel here as well. I had an extra Res Concepts, I think it's called, PB24, I think they call it the pork belly. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to make a couple, I think I have 2 chassis actually, so I'm going to make those for them, just because I know that those chassis do hold up pretty well to crashes and that type of thing, just because of the way that they're made to flex. So I think if I were making a truck for a 6-year-old, that probably would be the best bet. So be on the lookout for that. I think that's coming. I'll probably do that after I finish the new section of the course, just because my brain wants to do the course first before I go into another build. So this is far steeper than it looks, I will tell you that. The camera does do a good job of kind of making things look tame. Not as much as my GoPro did though, man. I used to ride motos and film my motos with the GoPro Hero, I believe it was called. And I would hit this 40-foot double or something like that. And keep in mind, this was when I was in my 20s with no children or anything of really any responsibility. So I was a little bit more reckless in my youth, I should say. And I would go home and watch it on the camera, and I was thinking, man, this thing's gonna make me look like, you know, Evel Knievel, but it was like you filming yourself walking down a flight of stairs. It really was anticlimactic. So just kind of what we've come to expect these days, I suppose. There are some sections in which this thing shines in terms of performance, and then there are some sections in which it just doesn't do very well. It doesn't really like this little V-notch here really whatsoever, because it wants to kind of pull up and tip over there. Oh, here we go. Okay, look at that. Up and over. Ooh. You can see like that hard body really affecting the center of gravity over that type of terrain there. But yeah, this is definitely a fun build, and it's fun to drive, and it does keep you on your toes and make you think. And I will see you in a future video about RC trucks, micro crawling, and general garage shenanigans.